Hey guys, it's P standing up. I'm going to give a little micro review of the new LG Rumor Touch. This one is released by Virgin Mobile. Some people have been able to get these early. They're not technically released yet. Some of the Best Buys are selling them early. Some have them out by mistake, I think, because a lot of people have said that once they go to buy it, the reps won't sell it for some reason. Maybe it rings up in the register wrong or whatever. But anyway, I was able to get one, so I'm going to do like a little micro review of this. I'm not going to go over too many of the technical specs because you can find that stuff online. There's a couple of differences in this version, of course, than the Sprint version. First, I'll go over the things that I like. I'm going to try to be quick about this because I don't want to run too long. Semi-affordable phone, $150 gets you the phone, which isn't, these days that's not too bad for what you get. But the data plans make up for that price because you're pretty much buying the phone straight out without a contract, so that's good. Uh, as I mentioned, cheap data. SMS and with 3G, which is built into this phone, for $25. I think that's a steal, really. Plus 300 minutes. I mean, for most people, that's going to cover everything that they need. So it's really super dirt cheap, which I like. The build quality of this, I really like. It's nice and solid. The slider mechanism. It's on a kind of a hinge that carries it. It's sort of, you push it maybe 1/3 of the way down and it takes over the rest of the way and just slides down on its own, and up is the same way. The back is kind of this matte finish. Kind of rubbery, which I kind of dig. What else? 3.5 mil headphone jack, which is there. That's on there. Micro SD, stereo Bluetooth, etc. Those are some of the basic things. I'm going to talk about the apps that work really well on this. The SMS and the messaging app in general, I think, are really good. It has like a threaded view, which is cool. And on the home page, after you unlock it and go back to the home page, it's not on here now, but when you do get messages, it shows up in bubbles. Like there'll be one bubble here, one message, a bubble there, and you can X to get out of them, or you can click on the bubble and it'll open the message, which I think is pretty neat for like a messaging phone like this. It's really handy. Um, Google Maps is free and it works really well with this, and the GPS does work with Google Maps, which is a good thing because I know some of the Virgin Mobile phones it doesn't. I guess they block that, but on this one they've left it open, so it actually does work. What else? Opera Mini, of course, runs on this, opposed to the Opera Mobile, which is a lot better browsing experience. It's more full, I guess. The web pages are more full than you would get on the Opera mobile version. Mobile version is pretty much like a WAP browser. This one's almost like a full-fledged browser. Plus the 3G really helps, which is on this phone. Things I don't like, and this is kind of a biggie. Let's see. Just the UI in general, I think, kind of sucks. Um, there's really not a lot to say about it. I mean, it's pretty bare bones as far as the actual UI itself, because there's not a lot to the phone. It's not really a smartphone, so. But scrolling and the touch interface is not good. See how I just kind of activated something that I didn't mean to activate? Like, all I'm trying to do is like scroll up, and sometimes it will think that I'm trying to activate something that I'm not. It happens a whole lot. which is not good for a touch interface, especially these days with iPhones and Android and Palm setting the bar pretty high for their touch interfaces, which it's LG, so it's not in the same ballpark, but still it needs to be, I guess, raised up a bit, because this is not too good. Luckily, to get over that, I don't really use the touch interface, to tell you the truth, because I just use it in landscape, and you can do everything with the keyboard here. You can navigate. See how I'm navigating through all the menus, and then you can hit enter, and it'll pretty much take you wherever you want to go. Every once in a while you'll have to touch something, which it's not a big deal. And I look at this really not as a touch phone, to tell you the truth. I look at it as a messaging phone, which with touch capabilities. I guess kind of a light touch interface, I guess I'm trying to say. So if you look at it that way, you can really get over the wonky interface, because it definitely has one if you're using the touch control. So I honestly, to tell you the truth, I would stay away from it. You may get used to it, but I haven't in the day that I've had this. So that pretty much tells you that it's going to be a trial and error if you try to go strictly touch, which, like I said, I wouldn't do. But luckily that's able to be remedied, like I said, with you got a full keyboard here with all the functions and everything. So okay, that's one thing, which is kind of a big one. The other thing I don't like is, I mentioned the apps that work well. The one app that does not work well that comes with the phone, and this is kind of a big one too, is the email and instant messaging app. I tried to set it up with my Gmail, and initially it would sync at first, so it did that. And then it kind of just didn't do anything after that. I even reset the phone and tried it again, and so even when I would get emails, I wasn't expecting it to be like push, like a BlackBerry or anything like that, but it wouldn't even alert me like 10, 15, 20 minutes later. I had to kind of manually go in and sync it to make it see the new email. Every once in a while I would test it and send myself an email, and it would light up, and kind of the app would just open and kind of just sit there. Like, it wouldn't load the new email. It would just kind of do nothing. So that kind of sucks. That's kind of for me, being I strictly wanted this for messaging. Email is, of course, part of messaging, and it doesn't work very well. To work around it, what I've done is I've went into my Gmail online, and as many of you know, you can forward copy of your inbox, everything you get in your inbox, to another email address. So I got the email address from my phone. It's basically my phone number at I forget the address, but it's a Virgin Mobile address. So it'll push directly to it, and you'll at least get the message. Not if it's like HTML rich, you're not going to get like everything. But anyway, that's kind of how I've remedied that. So at least I can see that somebody is sending me an email, and it'll have the subject and some lines of text. So, and if I want to reply back, I'll open Opera Mini, go to Gmail's web app interface, which is really good on Opera Mini, and then I'll just reply from there. So it's not that bad. And for everything you get, I think I'm going to keep the phone for a while, because it's kind of cool. And plus, like I said, the $25 plan, you really can't beat that anywhere. It's kind of unprecedented. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, so leave a comment. Thanks.